Hello, my lovelies. Elsie here to do an all signs reading. How are you? Thank you so much for clicking here. If this is your first time here, welcome. Thank you so much for clicking here in the first place, and I hope that you will be in the comments, or at least if you want to read what's going on in the comments. We have just a really beautiful tribe here, so that's really the biggest thing you need to know, that the people here are kind. And thank you for all the attention that you have given my other readings if you have been watching, but I hope that you'll subscribe. I hope that you will stay. All right. Let's take a look here. This is a reading for all signs. So what does that mean, Elsie, and why haven't you time-stamped anything? Well, because this is not for individual signs. This is one collective reading. So anybody who is connected with me in an energy, or anybody who is logging in here, right? So I'm going to lay the cards and let you know about the signs and symbols as they come up, and then we will, I'm just going to ask you to put on your intuitive hat, that's all. Yeah, either it's a reading or it's not. Don't make it your reading. If I say that this group of people is positive, don't be in the comments saying, no, that group of people is negative. So that's not how it is. It's okay if the reading doesn't fit. It's okay. It doesn't have to. All right. Let's take a look. What is coming up for the collective? Ooh, okay. Regeneration is what we have. Something that we thought was dead and gone, something we thought we burned right to the ground, is showing its face, like showing promise. It feels like it's the beginning of something, right? We've got card number 46, which is a 10, which breaks down to a 1. Something that you burned to the ground, collective. You lit the match and kept walking. I know you don't want some of you just don't want the person from the past, but there is something that was dead that is now growing visibly. It's a new beginning here. What else do we got? We've got building blocks, the regeneration of you. She's being built. You can see all the chakra colors there, right? She's being built, building blocks. I feel like you're building yourself. It's a regeneration of you. It's not a person from the past. I feel like the regeneration is you. I feel like you burned it to the ground. What is that song? I'm hearing a couple actually. Just listening. Taylor Swift. I think that's the one I'm hearing. No, that's not it. Sorry, they're both playing in my head and it's hard. I can't really distinguish the two. Maybe we'll go back to it. So I feel it's the regeneration of you. Yeah, I feel that you are the one that has been hard on the building blocks, trying to get everything in place, working on yourself. We have card number 28, which is also a 10. 10. You are on the verge of something lovely. You should probably look up that angel number. Not for you. Yeah, I don't think you're the kind of person who wishes on a star. That's not for you. I think you're more of a chess player. You kind of like to, you're strategic. I feel that you're not scared. You're not scared to be different from everybody else. I think that you are, in fact, different from everybody else. I'm looking at all the purple and I feel like your third eye's open. I think you're looking for someone who also fits that description. What is not for you? Yeah, I think that with the fortune cookie that you're not really into leaving yourself in the hands of someone else. It says, nope, it's not for you. But I also see pink here, which tells me that there is some sort of energy. It's like a psychic energy or a download that you're getting that's telling you, don't do that thing. It's not for you. It's building blocks. Observer. Why are we saying it's not for you? We've got the tribe. So the observer is the watcher, right? And they watch from a distance, I feel, because they want to know what they're up against. It feels like something is about to be birthed, like the watcher is about to begin something new, because this fox is sitting on the egg. And it feels like there's about to be something that is divinely orchestrated that is about to begin. Okay. We have more questions than we have answers. Let us keep moving. All right. Let's take a look here. What are we looking at? Okay. Let's look at some tarot, see what's going on here. Some energy for the collective, please. I don't time or date stamp these ones. You'll find it if it's supposed to be yours. All right. Tell me about regeneration, please. What's beginning again? Look at that. So it looks like there was silence. There's been silence or disconnection. The regeneration for some of you, the regeneration of money, the regeneration of your cash flow. Something that looked really bleak as it pertains to money for you is going to turn itself right around. Yeah. So regeneration, it's something you missed, or it's something you missed, or something they missed, the bank, the company, the whatever it is, it's going to be set in your favor. It feels like there's some sort of an error that's happened, and I think that the financial error is going to work out in your favor. But until then, you know, if a bank makes a mistake, they're not really hurried about getting anything back to you. But when you owe them money, boy, yeah, it feels like that. Where there was lack in finances, there's going to be a regeneration. For those of you who have been disconnected from someone, if that's what the Five of Pentacles is for you, it's like on the outside looking in of someone else's life as they're growing. We've got the Empress, we've got building blocks. So you have built the self. You built the self right to the damn Empress is what you did. Yeah. Yeah. Turn off the block making machine. You're good. Yeah. So I feel like there's a new beginning coming for you, because you are the Empress, and we are in this new moon in Cancer coming, which is also yin energy. I feel like you're calling in something, and whatever you're calling in is now going to respond to you. The building blocks are yours. You've taken the time to really look at the self, really go over yourself. Am I ready to begin again? Card number 28. It's a 10 and then a 1. Am I really ready to begin again? It feels like you rebuilt yourself. You know what I heard from here? You think you know me, here's your effing trophy. That's the song I was hearing in my head. Oh, is her name Tesla? I don't remember. If you Google those words and lyrics behind it, you will find it. If you're gonna tell me who I am, just get that shit right. That's what she says. So somebody is rebuilding themselves despite others. Like, I don't think that you're doing it because you want others to see you, but I think that you don't even know me, here's your effing trophy, she says. You know, like, it's like nobody knows you anymore. You look different, you move different in the world, you talk different, you're way more balanced, you don't react, you respond. Yeah, it feels like nobody knows you anymore, but you know yourself so good. Because nobody expected you to burn it to the ground and rise like the damn phoenix, but you did. Got Libra and Taurus energy here. All right. Not for you. The observer. The observer, whoever is watching you, collective, wants to invest. This person, I feel, had no idea that they would ever come across a soulmate. When I look at the not for you card, it feels like somebody's getting a download and it feels like their third eye is open, but the fortune cookie here says nope. And it feels like you can't believe it. Yeah. It's like a realization and you can't believe it. You spent so much time telling yourself that it was not for you, that the Empress was not for you, or whoever your person is, dear Empress. I feel like somebody here is like, nope, that can't be it. I couldn't have missed that. But now someone's third eye is open and they're thinking strategically and getting downloads, pink and purple. And I think that someone has a realization that you might be their person. So you've known them, probably grew up with them, or maybe they're a friend of the family, but it feels like you've always been sort of around them in circles. I want to say that this feels like friendship. This doesn't feel like romance. It feels like somebody's having a realization that the Empress is their person, and they spent so much time telling themselves, no, that's not what it is. I think this person who has had this realization is the observer. I think they're the one that's coming in to open this new path here. It's pentacle-like. This person may even show up at your door. This person might show up at your work. This person it's pentacles, right? It's in your, they definitely could text you, but I feel like it's the observer is the one who's going to reach out, and it's going to affect your pentacle world. It's going to start either you're going to start immediately investing in the observer, or they want to invest in you. I think that's why they've been watching. I think someone is in a realization that the Empress is their person. And likewise, I feel like if you're the Empress, that you've done a lot of work on yourself. In fact, that you've killed the old person. Yeah, something about burning it to the ground in that song that I was giving you the lyrics to. Here's your fucking trophy. I think that's what it's called. You don't even know me. Here's your trophy. Yeah. It's like somebody doesn't realize that you're the Empress, because maybe when they left you in the dust here and disconnected, maybe you've grown since then. Like, I feel like you rise like the phoenix, like you grow from the ashes. It feels like you burned it down. What does Taylor Swift say in that song? Can Taylor come to the phone? No. Why? Because I killed her. I think she says in that song, doesn't she? That's what it seems like here. That's like you're not even the same person anymore. You look and sound different. Got the Four of Cups in the distance here. The Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is restless. The Knight of Wands is sitting in their feelings, not really knowing what to do from here. That's future energy. We've got the Four of Wands, the Knight of Wands and the Four of Wands. I feel like with the Four Wands and the one wand that the Knight brings, that we are looking at Five Wands, which is indecision. And that's why somebody is in the Four of Cups here, because they're not really sure if they want to, this person is sitting sort of in redundant energy, but I don't think that they hate it. Yeah, I think there's no drama there. But I also feel that while they're in the Four of Cups, they're like, I don't know, should I do this? It feels like apprehension or indecision to me. Somebody's thinking about it, but I do believe that they are going to take action. It's interesting that we're looking at Cancer energy. Yeah, happy birthday, Cancer. What else are we doing? Oh, gonna make me dig these ones out. Okay. All right. Yeah, it almost feels like you cut yourself off from everyone or someone disconnected from you. Take it as it resonates. And in that period of the time when you were on the outside looking in, you went through this total reconstruction of self. And I think that's really freaking beautiful. Bravo if that's you. Because I feel like this person who is going to come forward and want to invest in you previously thought that you weren't for them, that this was not a soulmate connection, that you were full of it. And I feel like it's been a while, Pentacles, since you two have seen each other. It could be a year, could be more. 5 Pentacles is here, could be 5 years. We've got imagination. It says, I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. Imagination. I think it's about you imagining what you could be, or how happy you could be, or how balanced you could be. The visualizations that the Olympians do are probably far more important than the physical workouts, because if they can't envision themselves winning, and coaches, famous coaches know this, if you cannot envision yourself winning, you're not going to win. Because it starts with the mind. You have to train the mind to believe. And so I think that it starts with the imagination of, who could I be? Who could I be from here if I really started loving me intensely? Because this is an energy of being single, I feel. The 5 of Pentacles is like, I'm in lack. I'm feeling bad about myself. And I think you decide to burn that one to the ground. Yeah, the 5 of Pentacles. I feel like you just burnt the old person down to the ground, and you decided that regeneration was the only way that you could rebuild the self. Sounds like somebody's had an awakening. That's what that sounds like. We have health. It says, I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. Absolutely. So you're honoring yourself in the physical, in the spiritual. You're honoring yourself in terms of balance, your creativity, and who you are, and loving yourself. I feel like that it's total health for you. This building blocks is gonna extend your life. You're really taking care of who you are, taking care of your health, and not only your health, but keep continually building on it. We've got trust. It says, I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. So look, I don't really know whose energy this is, because it feels like a third party or another person. I mean, it could be anybody outside of you, because it doesn't feel like it's the energy that I'm speaking about that is the Empress energy. It feels like this person previously thought that you were not for them. I feel like since then they've realized that there is a connection in the heart space, that they've not only known you for years, and if they haven't, like maybe it's just like 10 or 15 years in this earthly time. The 6 of Cups is all about, maybe growing up together, having nostalgia, but understand it could be from other lives as well. Doesn't have to be particularly from this one. Maybe in this one, this person for 6 years or 6 months or 10 years. You have a history with them, right? It's nostalgic. I want to say that it says that somebody here has used their gut to realize that you are what they want. So I think this is your person's energy, and I think this is the collective energy. Okay. Surrender. I can release my need to control. So someone has stopped controlling the ending. And I'm telling you, that's the hardest part of it all, is enjoying the journey, which is what you're on right now in this present day. Tomorrow hasn't arrived and yesterday is gone. I feel like you surrender. I can really release my need to control. You surrender to the universe and say, bring me what I want. Or not what I want, what I am. Bring me what I am. What do I deserve? I think what you deserve is a great big fat Ace of Pentacles. And I think that this person brings in the last pentacle, and I feel like it grows really deep. Like it feels like it ends up rooting really deep. This is like you're a forever person. This person that's been watching, that you already know, if you're the Empress, you already know this person's a soulmate, but they were like, nah, bro, not for you. But then their gut says, I think you're wrong. Their gut is now like saying you're wrong. And I think that somebody's realizing that they were wrong. Just listening, sorry. Got the Hanged Man. Interesting. We've got the Devil energy, the World card, Ten of Swords, and the Six of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Wands. So someone who has come from a really hard place in the past really wants the victory. Yeah, I feel like you surrendered to the universe. I think that's what you did here. I think you started surrendering to the universe, seeing things from another point of view. Possibly it was hard to change your mind. I feel like it says, I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. Maybe you started becoming more creative. I feel like you gained some intuition while you are trying to make the decision about, why is my life here right now? Because I feel like right here makes me feel like everyone abandoned you. And I think that's why the Six of Wands is here, because this person is getting victory after the fight. And so I feel like everybody sort of abandoned you here, or someone very special to you turned their back or abandoned you, stopped talking to you. It was silent. I think that it was that particular situation, maybe with whomever, whether they are romantically related to you or not, that really made you look at things from another point of view and change your mind. Just listening. Yeah, I feel like with health here, it says, I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. And what I want to say is that you are the person who is no longer participating or taking part in this kind of energy. It's a low vibrational energy. It's when I say low vibrational, I just mean that this person or this energy, they haven't learned their lessons yet, and so they don't have much wisdom, and that's what I mean about the vibrational level. It feels like that there is still some energy that is this devil energy that pulls you to the past. I want to say that it's been hard for you to let go of the past. That feels as though there's like you have an attachment with someone that you can't let go of, even though it was toxic. I feel like if you are the person who was in that energy, like I feel like that this person doesn't have to be a Capricorn or a Pisces, but it feels like somebody abandoned you. Like, I'm not saying that you were abandoned, but I mean, you know what I mean? You felt abandoned. You expected more from this person. You can't stop thinking about the way that they disconnected from you, but you're trying to see it from another side because the regeneration is here. You grew from this. You bloomed. Like you went from there to there. Like they really left you literally in the ash, in the dirt. And the thing about the dirt is that we think we're being buried, but we're really blossoming or growing. And I feel like you realize that. You decide to kill the old you, or decide that the old you is someone who never took care of themselves. Like, I mean inwardly, I mean self-care, I love me, that kind of thing. That it was all very surface, that maybe you're the one who's really beautiful. Maybe you have been blessed with an aesthetically pleasing meat suit, and you're constantly getting people who are trying to come into your energy and connect to you. But I feel like you honor your health and your physical vessel, and so you're not going back to the past. You're not going back to this toxic energy, and you are growing. You're putting together your building blocks, and I feel like you're just going to close this chapter, and that's it. I feel like you're just going to move forward. Yeah. Because the world is the end. It is the successful ending, but understand it's successful because we've come full circle, right? We now, we look back there and understand the purpose of that relationship, because they're all purposeful. No matter how terrible and awful and terrible it was for you, they all serve a purpose of learning. And if you can't find the lesson, it's only the suffering that you're feeling. So please look back there and look back at it and know that you had a successful closing of this chapter. of leaving this toxicity behind. And I think that you were the kind of person who was really heartfelt about the toxic person. Like, I think that, maybe you're an empath, and you, people who see empathic energy, it's like people who are hurting or feel as though they're not whole, they will find an empath to heal them. I want to say here that you come full circle here, and what I'm going to say here is coming full circle. And remember, I was talking about this person being your person. I feel like what comes full circle is this person's coming back, because they're using their gut. They're trusting their gut now, and the world is closing your chapter with this other person. I think your person is someone different than who we're talking about here in the past. So I think that it was a really hard time for you, even though you're the Empress, to let go of this toxic situation from the past that made you feel like you were the Five of Pentacles. So what I want to say is, I think that you're closing the chapter on whoever is in the past here. And I think that what happens when you close the chapter here is things begin to move around. I feel like the universe is waiting for you to say, okay, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm just going to close the door and put a bunch of slats over it and hammer them in. I'm not going back there. I learned my lesson. Because I feel like it was almost like a loop of, you'd go back to this person and they'd constantly make you feel like crap. Like, they'd constantly make you feel like not enough, or they were someone who physically was very attracted to you, but they didn't show a lot of feeling, because this is the devil, right? It didn't feel good to you. We have the Ten of Swords and the Six of Pentacles. It feels like somebody has changed their mind, because it does say, except that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. I feel like somebody is rethinking the ending. That's what it thinks. It feels like someone was thinking at it with swords as it pertained to this. The one that said, no, it's not for me. You're not for me. It's not for you. No, I'm not doing it. This person, I feel, is now connected to their gut. And their gut is telling them that the Six of Cups is here. That this friend or this person that I've known for years or since I was young is my person. And so I feel like this is someone you know, but not someone you've ever dated. It feels like someone, when the Ten of Swords is here, it feels like maybe, we don't really talk to each other because of some sort of ending. Maybe you moved away and this person was like, they just moved away without telling me. That's what the Ten of Swords feels like. Or they're just going to shut me out. They're just going to shut me down. I think that if your person is the one that disconnected from you, or you blocked them, I think that this person is the one that's coming back in and wants reciprocity. So it feels like that there was a false start with this person, because they didn't really understand that you were the soulmate. I feel like this person has been observing you. And so whether that's, like I said, whether that's because you have an online presence, or whether it's, they work at Starbucks and you walked in every day. You know what I mean? It's like the observer is watching you. So it could be online, but could be somewhere in your hometown as well. Surrender. I can release my need to control. Really, it's the hardest thing ever to not control the journey, to take it as it comes, and to not try and push things to some sort of an imagined finished line. Like, people just seem to want to just jump out of one relationship in another, slam on the ring, let's go. It's like we're on a sleigh ride really quickly to the bottom of the hill, and I don't know what the hurry is. I feel like this is going to slow it all down. I feel like the observer could be someone who is an earth sign. Or someone who's very grounded or very dependable, someone who is very balanced. I feel like this person wants to give you reciprocity, but I think that they're sticking their toe in the lake here because they want to see if you've got other people. I think that this person wants to give you reciprocity, but is unsure if you're giving to other people. It's the challenge in this reading, please. Give me a challenge. Challenge is going across that world card. Tell me about the challenge here. The challenge is sending the message. Okay, so somebody's got to reach out. If you've got fire, I think it's you. If you are Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising, I think you're the one that's about to reach out. All I'm going to say to you is the Empress is present. The Empress, when she knows her worth, she's not the chaser. She's not in your DMs. She's not writing you just one last letter to explain herself. She's not doing any of that. She's in her own business. She's a creator of her own life. She's someone who's very balanced and very loving, and she knows that about herself. She knows she's a high caliber human. So I feel that you are the person, if you are a fixed sign, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, or Leo, I feel like the challenge here is that you got to send the message. Yep, that's what it feels like. We've got 9 of Cups. I mean, that's what's on the table, y'all, in the future. 9 of Cups, somebody's coming back. The 8 of Cups is the boomerang card. Somebody who walked away looking for the 2 cups, didn't find it. They realized the 2 cups are with you. You haven't been speaking to this person, or if you have, it's been very spotty or no communication. The 4 of Swords is that to me. You already know this person in the 3D. This person, the 3 of Pentacles is here, but you haven't been talking to them. The 8 of Swords is there as well. All right, it's very interesting. I would love to know if this is your story, because whoever you are, I just want to give you the biggest hug. Look at all the work you've done. Bravo to you. Good job. Love you guys. I'm out. Bye-bye.